Welcome back to Flannery Food Fridays. I'm Flannery, about to bake you up some food, and you guessed it, it's Friday! Let's get jolly. Today, I'm making a pull-apart spinach Christmas tree. I'm so excited, I wore my tree glasses. To make your pull-apart spinach Christmas tree, you're going to need the following ingredients. You're going to need spinach, mozzarella cheese, butter, a mixture of ingredients that I'll be explaining later, garlic, another mixture of ingredients that I'll be explaining later, Parmesan cheese, cream cheese, and then of course I'm not going to lift it up because it's sticky, but you need pizza dough. Before I get started of making my Christmas tree, I'm going to preheat my oven because I always forget to do that, but it's very important. So please preheat your ovens. Here I go to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. Next step after you preheat your oven is you gotta dry out your spinach because you don't want any wet, soggy spinach in your Christmas tree. Let's do that next. Look at that. I've missed my paper towels, but I'll just pick it up. Now, you take your extra paper towels and you just squish it out like this. Ugh. That's a lot more water than I was expecting. I'm going to need extra towels. Yum, doesn't that look appetizing? That's a joke. This doesn't look appetizing. I gotta get some more towels. Once your spinach is all dried, you're going to move it aside so that you could start making your pizza dough tree. I'm going to grab my dough. So, I've already floured my cutting board because I learned my lesson and I'm not going to forget that anymore. But now that it's floured, I'm going to put down my pizza dough and start doing that. So you're just going to unroll it because you want it to be nice and flat. Now, you're just going to pull it apart nice and flat and thin and even across your cutting board. And you're going to cut it in a triangle because a tree is a triangle. Now, once your dough is all flattened into a square, you're going to flip it so that it's facing you the rectangular way. It makes sense. Then you're going to take your knife and you're going to make a triangle. You're going to do that by just simply going like this. You're going to leave the top of the triangle at the top, and then you're just going to go down at an angle to make your triangular shape. Now once you've done one side, you move on to the next side. And you're just going to do the same exact thing. You're just going to take it and go like this to make a triangle. Then you're going to take your extra dough that's on your two sides, and that'll be your top triangle. It'll make sense when you see it. It's going to be so beautiful. It is now time to make your spinach filling. To do that, you're going to start by taking your spinach that you've already dried out, and you're going to add your 6 ounces of cream cheese. Then you're going to stir it up. Now, you're just just going to mix it all together. You want to make sure that you mix it real good. Now, if you have a mixer, like a big bowl mixer, you can use that. Or if you don't, you can just use your muscles. It's up to you if you have muscles. I don't, but I'm just going to do it by hand anyway, because maybe then I'll get muscles. Anyway, you just stir it all up nice and good. You want it to be evenly stirred, spinach to cream cheese ratio. I'm not sure if that made sense, but that's what I said. To continue on with our spinach mixture, you're going to add all of your ingredients. To start, we're going to add our Parmesan cheese. This is 1 whole cup of Parmesan. Next, we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic that have already been minced. Get it all out, because everyone loves garlic. Then, we're going to add our mixture of seasonings that I did not tell you what they were earlier. This is a mixture of a bunch of different things. They range from a 1/4 tablespoon to a whole tablespoon of a bunch of different ingredients that you can find in the description down below. Now, I'm going to add that in my bowl. Our last ingredient for our spinach tree is you're going to add half of your mozzarella. This is 1 cup of mozzarella, so I'm just going to add half a cup. I'm going to do that now. That looks like about half. Now I'm going to stir it up. If I didn't have muscles before, I'm going to have them after this, because this is a lot of mixing. It smells so good. I'm not sure what that smell is, but I've smelled it before, and it smells really good. After you've finished making your spinach dip, you're going to take your first triangle and lay it on your pan. Now, I have already put down a piece of parchment paper and sprayed it, so now I'm just going to take my dough and place it down. Here I go. Note to self, next time use a bigger pan. If I had one, I would switch it, but I don't. So, this is the next best thing. Now, I'm going to add my spinach filling. Now, you might be thinking, that's a lot of filling, but I'm going to spread it out nice and even. And who wants a spinach tree that doesn't have a lot of filling in it? Because that's the best part. Once you have added all your spinach filling, you're going to add the rest of your mozzarella cheese. You're going to add a half a cup of mozzarella on top of your spinach filling. If it all comes out in the clump, use your hands. I've discussed this before. We're all friends. It's okay. It's okay if you have to use your hands. Wow! Look at that. It looks like a tree already, and I'm not even done. After you've added the rest of your mozzarella cheese, you're going to add the rest of your pizza dough that you cut from your triangle before. You're going to put it on top of your spinach filling so that your spinach becomes a filling to finish off your tree. Here I go. Now you're just going to place that triangle right on top. Look at that. Wow. Now, you're going to take the other half of your triangle and put it on the other side. You might be thinking, wow, that looks terrible, but I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to fix it so it's all covering the top. Once you have finished putting the top part of your triangle onto your tree, you're going to make your branches. Now to do that, you're going to take a knife and you're just going to cut some lines evenly on both sides of your tree, leaving a little piece in the center so that the two sides do not connect. Now you want it to be about 1 inch or so for when you roll them into branches. this is what I mean. Now you're going to take this and you're going to twist it to make a branch. And you're just going to go all the way up on both sides so you got branches on both sides. So now you take this one, make sure it's cut all the way through, and you do the same thing. You're just going to twist it like this, and you're going to go all the way up. This is what your tree should look like before you put it in the oven. Now, I'm going to put it in the oven until it gets nice and golden brown. It's heavy. Make sure none of your Christmas decorations get caught in your oven. See you later, Christmas tree. While you're waiting for your bread to cook, you're going to make a butter sauce that you're going to put on the top so that it's nice and buttery. To make your butter mixture, your first step is you got to melt your butter. My butter is now melted. It is time to add my secret ingredients that I'm going to tell you about in the comments, so it's not a secret. That's next. Once it's all in there, you're going to stir it up. My tree's ready. Let's take it out of the oven with my Santa pot holder. Look at that. It looks just like a Christmas tree. Now that my tree is out of the oven, I'm going to put on my butter mixture. And I'm using the paintbrush, but I don't use it for paint because that would be gross. But now I'm just going to put my butter mixture on the top so that it's nice and buttery and flaky. Wow! Look at that. Now it's time to taste test. I'm so excited. Here we go. Time to bite my Christmas tree. Look at that. My gosh, that's so good. That's the best Christmas tree I've ever eaten. It tastes just like a spinach pull-apart tree. It's so good. Wow. And my secret ingredients that are no longer going to be a secret really just top it all off. I think I'm going to eat this whole thing now. Thank y'all so much for joining me on this week's episode of Flannery Food Fridays. This week I'm eating pull-apart spinach Christmas tree and it was so good. Join me next week when I make something else that might top this or might not because this was so good. But find out then. Thanks y'all.